with us, Team Clockins. Good night, good night, good night, good night.
Blessed love, my brother. Blessed love to you and your host.
Good
I
night.
was tuning in a while ago, just listening to some of the what's trending.
Yes, a lot, bro.
You see,
Yeah.
you guys are so special. I have to be rushing through my segment for you guys to come on.
All right, and we're trying to rush home to catch it. We're actually just leaving from the office in home. So you caught me in transit as wife is already at home. So
Okay.
I'm not with her as yet, but I'm in transit and knowing the time, we just got to get it done. So hopefully I catch her. Hopefully we get to meet her before the interview is over.
Alright,
Not
let's
a
hope so.
problem.
Timing. Timing. Alright. Team Clocking. For my listeners tonight, for the first time they're hearing about this team clocking, like to just go into maybe I hear a little feedback. Maybe like a lot of wind or something. Your window is down. Me
Oh
know
man,
say,
you're hearing the feedback from my side.
no, you're clear now. You're clear now. You're clear now. All right. So, for those who do not know the name or what it stands for or anything like that, could you introduce yourself at the podium and let the listeners across the world, you know, be highlighted?
Wow. So team clacking. Um, so we are a bunch of financial advisors that provide financial advice to our clients in Jamaica and also in the diaspora. So once you're Jamaican born or you are a Jamaican that is probably living overseas, then we normally conduct business with those persons. All right. We provide a full suite of financial solution, from life insurance, health insurance, retirement planning, investments, right? And that is normally done for both corporate and individual. So for us, it's really actually providing a individualistic kind of approach towards financial management. So most time you go to a financial institution, you are considered just another number in the slew of number of clients that they have. We kind of take a different approach. Our clients are not a number; they are a name, and we take pride into that. So, as I said, we provide a financial solution for all our clients where we're the go-to person. So, when a client wants anything in regards to whether it's life insurance, health insurance, investment, then we provide that level of assistance to them.
Funny enough, I said about investment. I always hear over the years that Jamaica has one of the most steady marketing. How would I put it now?
Investment
Russian
market
investment market.
or the stock
Yeah,
market.
the stock market. It's very it better than some or most. I must say. I don't know if after COVID, if anything kind of shamble now because like you don't know. It's a thing we go up and down so, but I always heard that it's a great place to invest in. The
Yeah,
stock
man, it
market
is.
in Jamaica, of course.
And I will say to you that what I find happening is, well, I mean, for the last couple of years before COVID, we were actually ranked as number one in the world when it comes to investment. So it's since
See,
COVID that things has kind of taken a different turn. But before COVID, Jamaica was the number one ranked stock exchange market in the world. Talking about beating out the mighty USA and Canada and England, like that was a real pride and joy for us. But just like anything else,
yeah.
investment goes up and it goes down, and COVID kind of put us in a position where we're rebuilding now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Well, you see, so I wasn't hearing wrong. Angel, I wasn't hearing wrong. It was actually so.
No, you
So
weren't. You weren't. So, how long have you been a financial advisor, though?
So let's see. So I started my journey in 2008. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me to even do the full calculation because it feels like yesterday that I walked into the industry, but I've been in this business for 16 years. Collectively, between my wife and I, it's over 20 years collectively that we have been offering financial solution to the public.
Okay, okay, okay. So, what inspired you to pursue this profession, though?
Can I be honest with you guys? Like, I like we like to be honest. We
Yeah,
don't
this is
like
the
to
honest
go around.
platform.
So let's be honest. I mean, you wanted the money,
Mm-hmm.
and really and truly, you saw the industry where you could help person. But initially, it was about making some good money and not being limited by a cap. Because you
Okay.
know, a lot of times some person join get a job and it is capped at a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't like that, and we like to have freedom.
Right,
So I
right.
joined the industry because I wanted the money, and my wife will tell her the same thing. It was the money that attracted us. But
Like many of us.
yes, but I will say to you that after we got involved and we saw the power what the industry has on our individual clients, we eventually recognized that it's not just about the money, it's about the relationships, it's about the connections that we have with our clients, it's
Mm-hmm.
about the impact we can have on them and their family. So it
Okay.
changes everything. So we're no longer focusing on the money. And the
Mm-hmm.
funny thing is, I recognize that the money starts to fall away. I don't know if that
Right.
ever happened to anybody, but when you stop focus on
Mm-hmm.
the money starts to follow you.
That is so true. That is so true.
so basically, it's like doing what you love, and basically
Right.
it becomes something that
So,
pay
yeah.
That's
you.
that's exactly what it is. Because I mean, there's a point in your career, and I think every professional recognizes that when it's not just about
Mm-hmm.
making money. After you started to make a certain amount of money, you recognize that if you're not happy in what you do, then it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't make sense. So you have to be happy and you have to be fulfilling one of the desires or one of your God-given purpose.
Mm-hmm.
All of us was put on this earth for a reason. They
Mm-hmm.
said the Lord deploys persons to fulfill his mission.
True.
So
Right,
I think
right.
that is what we're doing now. We're trying to fulfill our mission. And if the money come, we're not going to turn it away because the Lord, we have to give back to the Lord, so we understand that he wants us to make a lot so we can give back to him.
That's true. That's true. So basically, you offer health insurance plan, pension plan, and investments.
Right.
Correct?
So whatever that our client needs in the financial arena,
Mm-hmm.
our core function, our core business is normally insurance. So that's risk management.
Mm-hmm.
So it's normally insurance, whether it's health, life,
Right.
um, whatever it is to do with insurance, we normally do that as a core business. But we also make sure that our clients' portfolios are balanced.
Right.
So we not just offer those, but we do offer some level of investment that is attached to most of these insurance.
Okay.
All right, so I don't know if I'm probably stretching far from your group or it's in line. All right, so here in the US, right, pretty much every job has insurance, just
That's health
typical
insurance
health insurance,
and life insurance.
and stuff, right? I know over the years, even my time, a long time though, I feel so lost and
Don't age
disconnected.
us, please don't age us.
All right, all right. I know that it's certain type of jobs only offer that, but for the middle class and stuff, like is it still the same though? Because for the middle class people, or lower class, they might consider it. certain job don't come with health insurance.
Right, right.
Is it a case now where Jamaicans can actually buy into that, like where
Like
they're
individual
covered?
plans?
Yeah.
Right, right. Are there individual plans available if you're not able to get insurance through the company?
That's an excellent question. All right, so I think the insurance industry in Jamaica, we copy a lot of what goes on in North America and in England. So a lot of our products that we offer are
Mm-hmm.
similar to what is offered over there.
Okay.
While companies do offer these as benefits, because a lot of persons looking employment,
Mm-hmm.
they're looking at what are some of these fringe benefits. Can I get a pension through my employment? Can I
Right.
get a
True.
health insurance? Do you guys offer group life insurance? So those are always benefits that are offered by some companies.
Right.
But rightfully, based on how the countries now operating, a lot of contract workers are now being employed.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these benefits might not be available to some of them. So
Correct.
we definitely provide a solution to those problems, which means that an individual not being employed in a role that offers that as a benefit
Mm-hmm.
can definitely either take out an individual one or they can get the same group rate as they would have gotten if the company was doing it.
Oh, that's
So we do offer
awesome.
that as an option.
That's awesome. I remember when I was in Jamaica and my company didn't offer it at the time. And in order for me to get an individual one, I had to pay like 6 months payment upfront. Is that the case still, or there are more flexible payment plans available?
And we do offer flexible payment plans. For individuals,
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing it through the company as a group, then we
Right.
normally do salary deduction.
Right.
So the members can still pay for theirs every month or every fortnight. And we will pull it through salary deduction for them. If they're self-employed,
Mm-hmm.
then we can take quarterly, semi-annually, or annual payments.
Oh, okay. 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 So there's a solution for everybody, basically.
There's a solution for everybody. In fact, I can tell you that what one of our main partners have been doing now is just to revamp the entire market.
Mm-hmm.
So we came out with a brand new product a couple of months ago,
Right.
well, about a year ago, that literally just changed how the Jamaican society looks at health insurance
Mm-hmm.
overall, and that is
Right.
creating a real dent on the marketplace now.
Right. Right.
Whoa.
Right.
All right. So, how does your financial experience qualify you to be a financial advisor?
I, I was actually having a conversation with my wife a couple nights ago,
Mm-hmm.
and something similar to that came up, and I was saying to her that one of the best experience you can have is a thing called hard knock life. When you grew up where we grew up in the garrison, financial literacy was not something that was on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our parents grew up and they know that they work hard and them save their money or them throw them partner and then never buy them things with it.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up under the same type of environment, but I think that because of what took place when I was growing up, I started to look at finance on a different level. All right. So I started to recognize that in order for me to get more, I have to learn more. I have to find out what are the rich people doing, what are the ones with the money doing that actually is going to help you to change your financial affairs. So for me, it's learning as much as I could
Mm-hmm.
once I got in the industry, and those you call it compounding knowledge now. So those compounding knowledge over the years
Mm-hmm.
have now placed me in a position where it is inside of me and it needs to come out.
Right.
So now
Right.
it's for me now to pass it over to the next generation. I'm not young anymore. I'm in my 40s.
You know, without the age,
They're still young.
That's so-
Still young.
It sounds weird to say, but
It sounds
yes,
weird.
uh,
Yeah.
That's a young age, actually.
I just put a damp up on my life, you man.
But
so guys, when you're reaching your 40s, you realize that life gets a little bit more intense. And as I said, it's for us to teach the next generation because some of
Yeah.
us are parents, some of us are grandparents, and we can't allow the same errors that were made by our parents and our grandparents for it to be passed on to the next generation.
I like what you touched on generational wealth right there.
That's what it's all about. It's really and truly about creating something that you can pass on to the next generation.
That is so true. I'm glad you touched on that, because I'm gonna be asking you a question relating to what I find. What I find in Jamaica is that we don't really place a lot of emphasis on preparing for retirement, and so a lot of us, or probably our parents, they are now of age and don't really have not much pension to get to survive from. So I wanted to know, other than the NIS that is taken from your pay, do your brand offer like an individual pension plan that's affordable to Jamaicans who probably don't have a job taking NIS from their salary? What are the different pension plans available?
Again, you guys have some excellent question. All right, so we preach a proper financial management, and proper financial management definitely include you planning for your retirement. Whether it is through a company where they offer, in Jamaica we call it an approved retirement scheme, which for individual, or a superannuation fund where the company offer. Big language. But really and truly, it's just one of them that a company sponsor. Company do that one day, then pay money to it.
Right.
And the next one is where you are responsible for your own destiny.
Right.
So if you're not in an organization that offers you an approved retirement or a superannuation fund where they're sponsoring, they're responsible for, then you can now say to yourself, because my retirement is my responsibility, not my boss' responsibility.
Right.
Not the government of Jamaica responsibility, not my mother responsibility, not my children responsibility, not my husband responsibility or my wife responsibility. Alright, here in the background.
Yeah, that just
Right. He's saying that it's my responsibility to make sure that her retirement is okay.
Right.
But it's your responsibility as an individual to plan for that time when you're going to be told through your organization that they're going to be sending you on vacation, and it's going to be an extended vacation. All right, so you may spend 40 or 50 years in retirement, and you're only going to get what you put down with the return, the interest on it.
Right.
That is scary for some person because of lack of planning.
Correct.
So what we said to the person is that if you can design your retirement where you're planning for that golden day, then that is when time you can enjoy your retirement. So we do offer that for our members.
Okay. And it's something that's like an affordable plan that, for those who really don't get good salary, you have different plans in place for pension that they can afford. Or it's just one set package that is offered.
So when you talk about retirement, it's normally a percentage of your income.
Right.
And I always tell the person that if you're a part of any retirement account, make sure that it's a percentage of your income that is put away.
Right.
Because your income fluctuates. You do not want to be putting away X amount of money. You got to increase and you're still putting away X amount of money. So it's always a percentage. In Jamaica, you can put up to 20% of your gross remuneration, your gross income. All right, so 20% of your gross income can be put away for your retirement.
Okay. And that can be done without you going through your company. You can come in, say, to Team Clackin and say, all right, help me to structure a pension plan. I don't want to go through my company, and that service is available.
Well, if the company offers the true salary deduction, then an individual that is doing an individual retirement account will actually see a reduction in the amount of tax that they pay to the government.
Okay.
So we always encourage, if the company will pull it through your salary, then we encourage persons to do it. But if not, then they can always do it, and then they file their tax return every April, and the government will actually give them back money.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that like
Yes.
repeat that.
Oh, hold on. Repeat that part. that went
All
right.
right. And please, if I go too fast, you guys slow me down, because normally I recognize that my brain move faster than some words that comes out of my mouth. All right.
That's okay.
So when you have a retirement account,
Mm-hmm.
it is taken also the contribution is taken out from your gross remuneration, which is your total income.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, when that money comes out, it goes into an account that the government does not touch. So it's a tax deferred account. Cool.
Okay.
Follow me?
Right.
So,
Okay.
all right. So if you're self-employed, you're going to be paying your taxes. All right. Probably for some person, they pay the tax every quarter. That goes over to the government. But your pension is being deducted every quarter as well. At the end of the year, you're supposed to be filing your taxes. Because your tax were already paid before,
Mm-hmm.
and your pension was already being paid, and it was being paid before the government takes out. It was paid before the tax. After the tax came out, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It was paid after the tax come out to your account. Then when you file at the end of the year now, which is the April, that's when tax season in Jamaica.
Right.
So coming April when you file, the government is going to look at the fact that you really and truly should have been taking out your pension before
Mm-hmm.
you actually pay tax. So the government is going to say, but you pay too much money for tax. So they're going to now reimburse you some money that they would have already taken from you.
Oh, okay. Got you. I don't think a lot of persons knew that though. So, okay. Okay. So
That is
for the
why
next
we
year,
have these conversations.
I don't think a lot of persons know that. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Okay.
Man, but that's what it's about. And if a person is following just the basic principle for structuring their financial affairs, then they can see significant reduction in the amount of tax that they pay to the states.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hello, people in the group. Don't be shy. Don't delete any message now. You can ask a question. If you know, say you have it like that, and you win the lotto or something, you can, just say, you're just asking for a friend. You say, don't put out questions and then delete it. But you figure, say, somebody might know your pocket stay.
I say this to those persons though. For those persons that have it like that,
Mm-hmm.
then what they can do is to come to us. If they want to earmark some of that money for retirement, then they can actually buy what we call an annuity plan from us as well. So now
Okay.
you have 50 million or 20 million or 10 million. In fact, we take up to 50,000 for those persons that might not have a lot, but them have a 50,000 where them say I'm a retirement money that they can carry it and give to us, and they can buy an annuity plan, which
Okay.
guarantees them when they reach retirement that they're going to be getting an income from that amount of money that they put down.
Okay. Okay.
So I see. I was gonna ask about the brand, but the brand itself speaks as from a team, so it's an entity. And we have the picture of you. You speak of your wife a lot throughout the
Yes,
conversation.
man. She right here. I look for
So-
me, man. And I laugh.
So,
So it's a team effort. It's
It's
not
a
an
team
individual effort. It's a team effort.
Most
Jumpy wife, you can add her to the calling or even to or since she's beside you, whichever way you guys like it, or comfortable by going about it.
I mean, she's right here. So if
Okay.
you guys have any questions you want to ask her, you can ask her.
All right, so tell us about your brand though, Team Clockins. How did wifey idea? All
right. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to let her give you just a small synopsis of how we started. All right. She's a little bit shy, even though she's a financial advisor. I said, "Man, try broke her out her shyness." So please see with me.
She have company. I'm the shy
Melissa.
one as well.
Hi guys, night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
All right, so how did Team Clocking came about?
What's your idea?
I think Team Clocking was born from my idea, as Mr. Clocking said, because when I joined the team in 2015, Mr. Clocking was struggling. I was coming from the fast food industry.
Mm-hmm.
And when at that time we were we were spouse, right? We weren't married, and he needed some assistant at work. So I figured that, you know what? Let me go and help him, because in everything that you do, you have to work as a team. You have to believe in
Right.
what you're doing, and you have to build as a team. And so therefore, I had left the fast food industry because I was coming from being a manager
Right.
to working with Mr. Clocking at the time, which I'll be honest to say could not afford to pay me. But I mean, after almost 10 years here I am.
Keep the
So
money in the
when I
family.
yeah, so when I joined, he said he wanted to be different and he wanted to build something that was different. So I said, you know what? Let me look at how I can rebrand. And so the name came about Team Clocking. And there were certain things that we had actually put together, you know, like our shirts with our logos and stuff like that.
Right.
The brand Team Clocking, however, we're wealth builders and we're innovative financial advisors. That's what our practice, that's what we do in our practice on a daily.
Right.
It just embodies the spirit of collaboration, and we do have our administrative team that also works with us. We believe strongly in, as I said, teamwork and family. So you'll find within our team, we also have other family members, because just like how we built the brand Team Clocking, we wanted persons that were passionate as well and believed in what it is that we're trying to build out. And that is what we have that surrounds us. And it's the same approach that we take with our clients. We don't just do it just for the money initially that we came in for or anything else. We do it for the client, our clients, what are their
Right.
needs and stuff like that. But it has been almost 10 years and
Wow.
we're still working on the brand. And now we can say Team Clocking is officially our name, because I'm a Clocking as well now.
So what? So to be a part of that team, you have to be married into the team.
Oh no, but it's so unique that Insert and I knew each other from 1997, 98, because we actually went to the same school together.
Oh.
And
Hold on, as in high school? As in what?
Yeah, you didn't know that part. I didn't know that part. Yes, we did. Same high school.
Whoa, a small world. Because
Yeah.
I myself used to attend that same high school.
so we're all
Okay.
Cubans, like we like to call ourselves Cubans.
Cubans.
And of course, within our team, we have another family member. She's actually my sister, which is Mr. Clocking's engine. So when I decided to transition in 2020 in becoming a financial advisor, and as Mr. Clocking said, I don't know, one day I just happened to came across his payslip and I'm like, okay, so that's where the money is. So let me get into this business for myself.
Right.
And when I was transitioning from being his administrative manager, I needed somebody that would have been as passionate as I was about the business, and then to ensure that he continues on the trajectory that he was on.
Right.
And so I decided to offer my sister to come over and to actually assist him. And then she has been in the position from then till now.
Right.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So a lot of what we do,
I like the
Mr. Clocking
name.
and I, we have our individual clients. We do have our individual meetings, but collectively, like if we're doing a joint call, we sometimes go out together. So if we're on the road, we are known as Team Clocking. Once we're doing a joint, call, and sometimes we have to take our admin team with us too. It just depending on the group that we're meeting with. But we're all passionate about what we do, and our clients are first and foremost important to us.
Right.
It's a teamwork.
It's a teamwork.
Yeah.
Yes. Really.
I like the energy,
So-
it's promoting team. So if I'm a
Say-
client, I I would want to be a part of it because it's a team spirit.
So for somebody, just asking for a friend. Well, for somebody who's not in Jamaica, not living in Jamaica, and like hearing all this goodness I want tapping, like how is that? Is there a road to that?
I mean, if it is that they want us to represent them or they want to join the team.
I mean, from
Which one?
both perspective.
I mean, if they want us to represent them, which means that they want financial advice, then they definitely can reach out to us. We're on social media, TikTok, Instagram. You'll find us there. We always encourage, because we're always looking for young, ambitious, progressive Jamaicans where we can pass our knowledge to, and hopefully, in doing so, we can help them to just organize their financial affairs in the right way.
Right.
So definitely, and if somebody's looking to join the team, then I mean they can always reach out as well, and we can introduce them to the industry. And if they're interested, then we will show them what they need to do.
Okay. There's a question that came in. Somebody wants to know, if I apply for insurance, health insurance that is, can I use my insurance overseas?
That's a Jamaican
living overseas. No, Jamaican
okay,
that wants
alright.
to go overseas to use their insurance.
So it depends. So, for example, there are some insurance that allows you to use it, but it's not using it as in use it for the hospital. So the hospital, there's an emergency number normally when you travel,
Right.
for the first 30 days. If something should happen and there's an emergency, there's a number at the back of the card that they can always reach out to. They will still be required to make the payment upfront, but then they can submit the claim back to Jamaica, and then the insurance company will actually honor the request based on the Jamaican price, not because they can't go to Hopkins or one of those top notch hospital there.
Right.
They're not going to cover it. So what they'll cover is what the average price would have been in Jamaica. Then
Correct.
they'll have, if they have done a procedure in Jamaica, then they'll refund them that money.
Okay. I hope that answers our question.
I hope so as well.
Okay. Let me see. We have a lot of questions here, actually. Even if some of the other stuff, the bag of 15. All right. Let me see where we are. Okay. What type of insurance do you offer that is investment based?
All right. So if a person is looking for an insurance, and again, it depends on the purpose for it, because we offer what we call an equity link insurance. Simple mean that it does carry an investment component that is linked to equity investments, stocks, foreign currency, bonds, government paper. So those are normally in America. They probably look at a whole life insurance and or a index universal life. They look at something similar to that. It is similar offered in Jamaica. So an individual that wants to do an insurance with investment, they can get that here as well. And that's what we normally recommend to persons. And this is just for if they just want a debt plan alone, then we don't put the investment on it.
Okay. So, what are some good investment options that are available for persons who are inexperienced when it comes on to investing?
All right. So I am from the Warren Buffett School of Business, right? So I preach what Warren Buffett talk about, which is buy stocks, hold for the long run. I don't believe in a quick fix to your investment portfolio. So what I think that most persons, I tell everybody when I sit down with them, I say, let's start with the budget. And let's earmark a percentage of your income for investment.
Right.
All right. So when you earmark that now, you set your strategies in terms of what is my goal, this is what I want to achieve, this is when I want to achieve it. So any investment that a person is doing has to be geared towards what the end result is.
Right.
Because you can use any vehicle to take you to your destination, once you know what the destination is.
True.
So
True.
when a person asks me like what is the best investment, I always say to them the best investment is the one that will take you to your destination. That's the best investment. All right. And don't join the club where I want to get rich. I want to get rich quick,
Right.
because when you
It
want to
takes
get rich
time.
quick, you're going to find yourself in problems, because then you're going to run down the high return investment,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a high risk investment. And normally, not everybody, especially if you don't have the money,
Right.
not everybody can withstand a loss.
True. That is true. And that's probably why a lot of persons are afraid to like go into stock market and, all of those investment options because they don't want to lose their money.
Yeah, nobody.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I think there's a mistake. I think what happened with that is the lack of knowledge. Because
Yeah.
if persons understand that when you buy stocks, you're buying ownership into a company,
True.
then if you buy a company, for example, let's look at a company in Jamaica. You buy NCB.
Mm-hmm.
Would you buy NCB today and sell it tomorrow?
Nope.
And that is how you look at investment. You have to look at when you, even though you're spending like a small amount of money for the shares in the company,
Mm-hmm.
you're buying a piece of that company. And just
Right.
like how if you had the money to buy the entire company, you have to look at your investment like that. I normally tell my clients when we're sitting down and talking to them, I say set a 5 to 10 year span when you're doing investment, because anything can happen and you must account for market fluctuation.
Right. Right.
Sure. So for me, no, for somebody who and others like myself, we barely know about stocks and all of them things. They will know say if we buy stocks and all of that. No understand. Because nowadays you have Epstein or even I break it down with different benefits and stuff for how you basically go about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say for instance, I'm buy a piece of NCB then and I'm buy into a piece of NCB. Like is it a case where like if the stock market for it go like a week after or a month after, like and I get a certain percentage on top of my share, right? Is it the case that okay then that share that little percentage will come on upon it? I can take like $1,000 and put elsewhere, or is a case when we just have to make the money stay there and just go on and just watch it go it grow and it just
All
stay
right.
there.
Again, those are good questions, and thank you for that. And for your listeners, this is what I want them to picture. I will always use the
Yeah, and
analogy. Say,
these
if you buy a
questions are coming from the group itself. The
from
radio
the
group.
okay.
Yeah.
So
My bad.
think about you going to the shop and you're buying a bottle of water. When you buy the bottle of water, you pay $100 fee. All right, and you have the water put down. And then tomorrow you say the water sell for $150. Now that's a 50% gain on the money
Right.
and the bottle of water that you buy. Now if you sell the water, then you made $50 profit on it. If you don't sell it, then what happens is that because you have the water now, I'm using the water similar to stocks. Because you have that bottle of water now, you're a part owner in the company. The water company says, okay, so you have one bottle of water. So I'm going to pay you $1 for every bottle of water you have. So you're getting what we call now your dividends from the stock.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you can, if you sell it, you make your profit on it. But if you don't sell it and you keep it, once the company has made a profit, they will declare dividends. And
Right.
those
Right.
dividends are cash flow.
Right.
Oh.
So you don't necessarily have to sell it because you see it go up. You can keep it, and again, it depends on the strategy that you're using for investment. So you can keep it and get those dividend checks coming into you. And now those dividend checks now can be either used to buy other stocks or it can use to do other things depending on what you do. Warren Buffett will say to you that don't get your children and then eat them. That is when you start to spin off your dividends, you start to eat your kids. So you always try to reinvest for bigger. Again, it based on what your ultimate result is
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to decide your investment strategy.
Okay. Somebody was asking, on the topic of shares, Which is better to have, ordinary shares or preferred shares? What's the best option?
All right, so let's establish a disclaimer. So I'm not giving financial advice for purchasing stocks and those things. All right, so we're having a conversation.
Right.
So let's just put that out there. But again, when it comes to investment, it depends on what your goal is.
True.
Ordinary share or preferred shares are still shares. It's just that if the company should meet in any problem and they're liquidating the company, the preferred shares are normally paid first.
Mm-hmm.
So those persons that have preferred shares are going to get their money before the ordinary shareholder.
Okay.
All right. So that's primarily one of the major reasons why some person are going to preferred shares. So they get special treatment.
Okay.
So you can have both of them. I don't think one is better than the other. I just think that it depends on where you are and depends on where you're entering the market from. Some
Right.
person, because they're entering heavy, they want to secure their money, so they will prefer preference shares. While some persons will go in at the lower end and they'll come in at ordinary share.
Okay. Thank you for answering that. I know that's not what we came for.
Yeah, but I mean, we read a lot, we understand some things,
Yeah.
but we don't want persons to think that because some person will leave and say, boy, the investment man say.
Yeah. True,
Right.
true.
That is so true. That is so
True.
true.
All is
We're
a consult,
we're
a
trying-
professional advisor.
Well, I them normally quick answer. Like when we see the text them are coming in and stuff, so we just look. All right.
Man, that's good. man.
Okay. We're okay. What's your investment philosophy?
All right. When it comes to investment, as I said, we are client focused. All right. And being client focused, for example, one of the industry that I work in, we normally preach to our clients to have to cover the four cornerstones towards wealth creation.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things we always say to a person is that there's a chair that you're sitting on and it has four legs. Consider one of the legs being family security. You need to make sure that your family is always protected. So that's one of the first leg that you look at. The next leg is disability benefit or critical illness. You put both of those in one category. That's the second leg. The third leg is retirement planning. All right,
Right.
because you want to make sure that when you reach old age, you do have something coming in for yourself. All right. And the fourth leg is liquidity. So the liquidity is where we talk about the stocks and those things now. So if you're designing your investment portfolio, we always say to persons that make sure that all four areas are covered. What you don't want is to do three and leave one, and then that one that you leave, something happen and then it have an impact on the other three. So our
Right.
philosophy is really actually following the basic principle, which is covering the four cornerstones towards wealth creation: family security, liquidity, family let's say old age. Sorry, I tongue twisted a while ago. All right,
That's
so
fine.
and this disability and critical illness, because we are finding persons, for example, that they focus on liquidity. They want to make a lot of money. They want to invest in anything that's going to make them make money.
Right.
But then one of those persons get a major illness. I share a quick story with you guys. I had a client right now that was diagnosed with a rare type of cancer, and the doctor said that's going to cost about $8,000 US to basically treat her. All right, because of the cancer, she cannot do chemotherapy. She has to get a tablet that costs $8,000 US per dose, and she
Wow.
need about 4 to 5 doses of that.
Wow. See
So
the
just
importance of health
imagine-
insurance.
Not just health, because health insurance does not cover everything. So even
True.
with her health insurance, she's going to need cash.
Right.
So when we designed her portfolio years ago, we made sure that she had cash in her portfolio. So now she's able to start the process. It might not cover everything,
but at
and that
least
for
she can
some
start.
person, she can start.
Right.
So that's why we talk to person. We say you have to cover the 4 areas, because if not, you may find yourself in a position where something happen and then it literally destroy everything that you were planning. It takes just
True.
one sickness for you to wipe out your bank account and your investment,
That is so
One
true.
sickness.
That is so true. I'm sure a lot of persons don't look at it that way. So I'm glad you are here to spill some knowledge.
Actually, man, and that's what we do. We want to make sure that person understand that it's not just about we want to get rich, but you have to make sure that you always put risk management as one of the fundamental pillars when it comes to building your empire. So that's the ground. When you cover yourself from the ground, then you can build anything that you want to build on that structure.
True.
Okay, so when it comes on to tax now, and let me just clear the air for my international listeners. This is mostly
Geared towards
geared
Jamaica, but I
towards
mean the knowledge
Jamaica.
is
But the,
international.
the knowledge is international. But for this one though, it's mostly for Jamaica, right? What tax should I be aware of if I invest?
All right. So capital gain tax is one of the things that you always look at. So government does once you make profit on your money, then the government normally charge a percentage, and unfortunately, that's just what the system is. All
Right.
right. There's ways for you to delay some of them, and there's some investment that you may not pay directly capital gain tax on. So that's one of them that you look at, investment tax, we call it. So that's one of the key one. Income tax and those things, once you're getting an income tax is always going to be there. All right.
Okay.
And then for those persons that are employed, you have your NIS, your NHT, your education tax. And in Jamaica have a whole heap of tax, You have gas tax.
Wow.
There's a whole other tax there that you pay. PCT.
Oh,
But from an
wow.
investment perspective, primarily you're looking at capital gain tax that is normally that you normally pay on your investment.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
That's cool. So if me just want to just say, alright then, for instance, just to test the water, kind of feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say the first of like is yeah, I think the question was like, is there little bit or less than, I should say, I think that's it, Angel, like for investment. Is there a limit to it? As in that's too small of amount
The
to
minimum
minimum
investment you can do. That's what you want?
what's the minimum investment? That
All right. So again, I remember when we started, and I said, person start off with a budget, right? If you're following your rule, then 20% of your income should be put away for investment.
Right.
All right, 10% for savings, 20% for investment.
Right.
You're supposed to put that money out into the universe and send it to work. That's your
And that's
slave.
10%
Go
gross,
work and
right?
bring back 10% of your gross. If you
Gross.
can, if you can't use the gross, you use your net. I said the person that based on your structure, because some person may not be able to do it from their gross.
Right.
If you can't, and if those deductions comes out on salary, then you have the net. You start budget from the net.
Correct.
Once you get that money, you say 10% goes to our savings, 20% goes for investment. Now that investment you can now split it up. So you are the one that determine what percentage you put away. The stock market, you have dollar stock. So if it is that you don't have a lot of money, you can start by for all of the dollar stock them.
Right.
As soon as you get paid, you go and just look for all of the dollar stock them and you buy them. Now that may work for you, it may not work for you, but it's a strategy that you're using. And if you're only going to know in the future when you're looking back and say, oh, I remember when I started with $1,000. There's a gentleman from, I think it's Berita, that said that when he bought Berita, he spent $2,000 for Berita stocks. He said that when he sold it, he got over $800,000.
Wow.
$2,000. Bought it, held on to it. When he sold it, it was over $800,000.
That's a
Those
lot of
opportunities are
investment.
still out there.
what's popping in
still out here.
Jamaica right now?
So like it's so like if you want to go and invest.
No, I'm sorry. I just sometimes when I read what the eyes, collect the boat was pushed out in the group. No, that's okay. So, all right. So, okay, some of these questions. Hold on, peeps. So I ask a lot of questions right now. We have them kind of structured. The ones them that are for my listeners, the ones them who are active in the chat, right? Some of the questions, if I haven't asked as yet, is because I already have them going down the line. Because we're going down a list here. So some, if we don't have it, we'll put it in. So I don't want to push that up right away. And then, we kind of got you, step by step. All right. Okay. Angel, you want to ask the other one?
No.
Okay. All right. Do you inform clients of the economy risk that could hurt their returns?
All right, so in every investment, and that's why I said to a person that they have to read, and I'll implore all your listeners, spend some time to just study, read as much as you can when it comes to investment. While we provide the advice to our clients, we always like our clients to be empowered.
Mm-hmm.
We want it to be in a position where we're having the conversation that you know what we're talking about, and you don't just sit down and say, okay, him say a A, him say a B. All right.
Right.
So we want our client to be informed. Now, when it comes to market turmoil, once you're going into investment, there's always a possibility for that. So whether it is going to be a war in Ukraine, or it's going to be something that is happening in China, or something that is happening in America, there's always things that is happening globally which will have impact on your investment. All right. So I always tell a person, be aware that even though, that's why it's called investment, So
Right.
even though you're investing to get a return, things can happen. And that's why you diversify your portfolio, so you don't put all your eggs into one basket. All right. So you have a little bit of stocks there, you have some real estate there, you have some bonds over there, so you have some treasury bill or government paper over here, so you diversify your portfolio.
Right. Okay. I think you answered most of what we wanted to know. So I'm going to ask you my final question. And that would be my final question, and then views will take over.
That sound like I was being warmed up for the big question now, So that sound like I was.
Right on.
My final question is, what is the toughest financial decision you ever had to make? And what message would you want to leave with the listeners?
All right. I guess for me, and looking back, understanding that every step along life journey is a learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
When I just started my journey, because I did not know, for example, I remember buying my first car and I used cash and buy it. All right, spend $1 million buy a car. Never have so much money in my life. I'm take it and buy a car, and then recognizing that 8 years after the car was valued about $200 and something thousand.
Right.
Like that was really something that shook me up. Understanding that I can delay gratification as well, because you don't have to buy everything that you see right now. You delay that gratification so that you can have what you need in the future. I didn't understand those things. So what happened is I was living above my means. And then I find myself digging myself in a hole deeper and deeper. And then you have to recognize. So for me, the toughest decision is recognizing that I have made an error in some of my spending and I need to stop digging. And that was the hard part. When I stopped digging, I had to give up a lot of the things that I was used. I couldn't party as much as I used to anymore. That was my wife who wasn't in my life, because if she was, she would know every dollar we spend and every dollar we she don't play. All right. When the credit card is swiped, it comes in her account and she's like, honey, I saw some. What's going on there? Yes. But it's, as I said, it's understanding your responsibility from a financial aspect and knowing that even if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. If you're
Right.
deep in debt, just understand that all you need to do is to stop digging and start to climb. And climbing means that you're taking yourself out of debt now.
That's
All
a
right.
word. That's a word.
So, yeah. So
Wow.
stop digging and start climbing. That's what I'll tell your audience. So if anybody is in debt right now, which a lot of times persons are, I just say to them, stop digging, start climbing. Look for ways where you can earn a little extra. Make sure so you pay down your debts. If you want to take it from the snowball effect, which means that you're paying down the smallest loan first and then you move to the other loan, or you
Right.
want to take the avalanche effect, which means that you're now looking at the highest interest rate to pay down and then you try and knock off your loan one by one. But make sure that at some point your loans are not taking away too much of your income, because a lot of time that's what happens to a lot of person.
Yeah.
Because of the debts that they're in, they are missing out on investment opportunity.
Correct.
True, true. All right, so this one is for wifey. We barely hear her. No, again.
She's a backbone, remember?
She's the one. She like to be behind the scene.
She's a behind the scene one.
All right then. Is it better to have a diverse portfolio when investing?
I definitely would say that because, as Mr. Clarkin had said earlier, you don't want it to be a case where you have a chair and the chair is supposed to have four legs, but then you're only standing on two legs or one leg. So if one of that fails you, then you fall flat on your face.
Right.
You want to make sure that a four-legged chair, and God forbid if one of them fall, you still have pivot on the other three. So it
Right.
means that you're going to be investing, as you would have said, we're doing some in the stock market. We're actually putting some in a more safer fund, real estate and so forth. So definitely you have to diversify your portfolio.
Ooh. Well,
I see why they're a team, you know.
yeah. I mean,
She advised me now.
Wealth of knowledge.
She
Yeah,
financial
advised, you know.
advisor, but she
Whoa.
advised me.
I mean, you would never be broke again in a day. Live. Okay, so well, I must say, like, I appreciate you guys coming on the platform tonight to share some solid and lifetime what would I call it? Lifetime, well, not goals, but knowledge.
Yeah.
Because those are, everybody want to try to save, even though them probably in a certain situation, things like these, whether it's stocks, whether like investment, what to go into, and stuff like that. They really, sometimes it's just simple information. Sometimes people have, the wrong concept or
Yeah.
misinformed a lot of
True.
time about certain things. Sometimes people are scared. Yeah, the next thing, somebody did ask that earlier. When you hear about like Bolt situation, kind of bring kind of a fear then, or something like, boy, me that thing for go about it, but no, it's not. Them understand the fact, say like, yeah, when you invest your money in things like, it's not 100% guarantee with certain things. Sometimes
There are risks
valuation ups and
involved.
down, they're risking it, but those kind of risk is like unforeseen. Like you never you expect that kind of risk, but you never know about that kind of risk. You understand? What would you say to those people out there? Because those are one of the things, or one of the elephant in the room kind of question, where to say like, it's just like you have good cop, bad cop, and everybody are the same still. But just for those who are out there who are looking and saying that, boy, I don't want to do it, but because I want to see what happened to Bolt, I kind of shy away from it. what would be said then to kind of gauge those future clients to kind of like, all right, you know what? These are one or two things where I can look for to make sure. So, all right, then. I can't control that, but I can control this then.
All right. So I share a quick story with you. So there's two brothers. One brother say he's going to put his money in the bank because it's safer. All right. Next brother said the bank a thief. Now I put my money in the bank. I rather keep my money. And that brother dig a open at the back of the yard. And him look left and him look right and he not see nobody. So him bury the money in the back of him yard and him say, why that money is safer in my yard than at the bank. Not realizing that somebody did it over a wall. I watch him to see when he put on the money there. And soon as him turn him back, somebody go dig it up and take it out. The next brother will have the money in the bank, so laugh off him and say, see, I tell you, say, you should have carry the money come put at the bank because it's safer. And then hack in a film account and take out the money. Now, you might say that both of them lose their money.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is that you never know what can happen. Any decision that you make, it can either go left or right. We have seen, I was a part of Cash Plus.
Yeah.
All right, I invested in a Cash Plus back in the days. I look at all of the numbers and I said, this look like we can make some money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, invested in it and then I lost my money. That was my first investment
Right.
at that time, and that was about 19. So the reality is that you may do an investment, it might not work or you want it to. Don't give up hope.
Right.
You have to invest because if you keep the money in the bank, inflation alone is going to steal out money out of your account. Right now, inflation is 5% in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you keep it in the bank or you put it out somewhere, you're losing the value. That's a fiat currency, you know. So you're losing your spending power. Your only way for you to keep your money current and make money on your money is to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say to that individual that may be scared, listen. When you did a child, you did scared for run, you did scared for walk, and you still do it. When you did a little pitney, you did scared for ride a bicycle, but you still do it. I don't understand. As soon as you become an adult and you're scared to do something, you stop doing it. That don't make no sense. So even with the fear, because fear is what they call false evidence appearing real.
Yeah, that's true.
Just overcome it. Just know so you learn from it. Yes, what made you saying about it's unfortunate, but it doesn't happen to everybody. Person still have the money and they make the money there. None of we not have as much money as you saying, but like the money they not everyday money.
Yeah.
The money that once in a generation money, like some of us may get there in the second or the third generation, but it not happen to everybody. So just do your investment, cross your fingers, hope, pray, and watch your money. Ask for your review, do your annual review with your financial advisor. Book your appointment with Team Clacking, and when you have your investment in all of the different places, come and sit down with us and say, Team Clacking, listen, we need to look at what we're doing here. I have money there, so I have money there, so, and this is the objective. But you monitor your portfolio.
True.
Right.
And if you're monitoring, then what will happen is that if something goes wrong, you will pick up on it.
Right. Right.
We love the answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, for that said, I just want to take the time out to thank you and your lovely wife for joining us right here on Listen to Us Radio. And the show is called Views and Discussion. And what a discussion it is. Right? And stuff, I just want to just say, like, thanks, guys, for giving us the time to actually just, just put
Give us some knowledge, yeah.
And give the listeners some knowledge to basically, getting their with and stuff. So, peeps, not out there.
Yeah, man.
And stuff, the only way to go, just like when you are trying to save money, are you really saving money when you just put it one place and it not do nothing? So it's really for making your money work for you.
Right.
See, you can't be one sales rep, Try this or no.
Join Team Clacking.
You see, Team Clacking.
Come on, carry come to Team Clacking, man. We invest it and help you to invest it, man.
So how can we reach you guys, though?
Yeah.
If we want to consult with you, how can we reach you? What's your social media? What's your contacts?
Well, I am on TikTok as Ainsworth Clacking, or if you search for Team Clacking, you'll find me there. Melissa, Melissa is Boss Lady on Boss Lady Divine on TikTok, and you can find us on Instagram. If you type in our name, Ainsworth Clacking or Melissa Farmer Clacking, you will find us on any of those social media pages. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay.
All right. In terms of contacts, I can be reached at 784-8783, and Melissa is 346-3034.
Did you just fumble? It's late here. It's late, so that's why. He's not normally up. Well, I hope me. I try to come feel up in the day. If you're normally up so late, you don't know.
Why? Trust me. We just came in, so I'm a little bit tired because we're at the office doing some work or something, right? So we just came in. But we really appreciate you guys allowing us to have this conversation, and the hope is that more persons will actually have the conversation with their family. And guys, please, we have to start reading more. We have to start reading more so that the knowledge can be inside of us, so we can pass it on to the next generation.
That is so true.
True that.
That is so true.
All right.
Knowledge is power.
Well, thanks guys for coming through. Definitely, we appreciate it. Hopefully we can do some follow-ups and thing. Definitely, I'm me personally going to have, some talks though. So I go on. It's time now for spread the wings. and because can't hear so can't too much, you know what I mean? And I don't know a lot of the day, but I just realize this even a bigger scam, people will smoke cigarette, them spend a certain amount, like they will spend a whole pack, and buy some who will quit just in time and start to save the money, then say how much it save, how much them actually make. Now, can you imagine if you do something?
Totally agree.
You understand?
Totally agree.
Yeah, me not say, but me don't know have no poor. A boy them will say, me don't know if them people they own how much land and them something when they have them coming disguise on TV. Me don't know if it's a myth where them use to try catch, poor people and all of them think there's the money I go up and then them say somebody win, but knows, you know what I mean? But with investment there you can you actually can see what go on. And what me get from it, my takeaway from the interview or just the whole conversation and is that
it's investment is for everyone. That's what I take away. Investment is for everyone.
Most definitely. You don't have to have a bag of money.
No.
Whether you have $100 or you have that person's actually put away $100, and by the time they retire, them have millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You can buy a mutual fund. You can buy in America. You can buy one of those Standard and Poor fund, Nasdaq. Like there's different options that you have that you can utilize in Jamaica. The stock market, as I said, they have the dollar stock.
You can put an interest fund for your
look for
kids. You can set up
interest.
your own kids' life too. Trust fund. You can put them your money. You can look up their future by the time of college. Even if them not get scholarship, the money there, and it's just a way of you planning for the future, just the same.
Yeah.
At least that's how I see it.
When you do it right, your kids don't have to. And I preach that. I tell my clients that your first child house should be bought by you. So your child, the first house should be bought by you, the parent. The second house, which is for investment, the child can buy it. But as your child exit your home, you should be putting them in a house for themselves and them understand that the money that they get now, they need to use that money to buy another property. Real estate will always be the number one investment in the world.
True.
You can't lose that for real estate.
That is true.
So we're getting there. We're on the verge of actually changing how the person view, whether it's investment, whether it's insurance, whether it's their retirement planning. Like we have to get our people to understand that if we don't fix it, nobody else is going to come and fix it. It's for us to change the next generation.
True
That is so true. That is so true.
All right, once again, guys, it's been a honor. Love
It
the
is.
conversation. I take some notes from it, and definitely,
I'm sure the listeners were taking notes.
Yeah, some question and stuff. Should have been okay. Okay. Hold on there. You delete. Chris, where you delete that? We know say you have money, you know, Chris. We know say the conversation that dry you out, you know. Don't worry, man. If I will get you in contact with them. We can do things from
Yeah, man.
overseas here, so. Yes,
And tell him that he can reach out to us on TikTok, man. If you don't want to talk it in public, then we can have a private conversation. You can call us, book an appointment, and we do Zoom call as well, you know. So even if it's not in Jamaica, we can reserve a Zoom appointment. We can sit down and have the conversation.
Okay. Once again, just put out your information for the listeners again, please, and thanks, so them can reach out to you and stuff. And so myself here, as we said, definitely.
So Ainsworth Clacking on TikTok, Ainsworth Clacking or Team Clacking, any one of them you type in, it will come to my page. Melissa is actually Boss Lady Divine, and she's also on Instagram as Boss Lady or Melissa Palmer. You can find her there. All right. In terms of contact information, direct phone call 876-784-8783. That's my personal number. You can get me on WhatsApp as well through that same number. That's my business number. Or you can call Melissa at 346-30-34.
You see? Men always don't know their wife number, you know. You want Betty for the ask Melissa, she that tell both number.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
That's happened when time you have wife in your phone, man. So you just call her, you just click on wife, and that's what happens. So sometimes you don't remember the number of the top.
Like even it's funny you remember here because mine sometimes supposed to write it down and I say like, well, on there. I have to ask about, my number guy.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
You think you have to do with the age? You don't know.
Probably not. I'm still researching it to figure out, but probably age has a lot to do with it.
Gender. I think it's gender.
Exactly.
Listen, so we're from the school where we used to write down numbers in books, phone books.
Yeah.
So, and we want a number, we go in the phone book and we'll look it up.
Oh, man, it happens. All right, guys.
Well, thank you guys so much, man. I appreciate it, and keep up the good work that you guys are doing. You're spreading the good news, and I like what you guys are doing. I want to give you your flowers from now. So it's just going to get bigger and bigger. All right.
Thank you, and we wish you the same.
Yeah, man. And feel free to reach out anytime at all.
Yeah, man. Most definitely, man. Most definitely.
Thanks again for joining, and thanks, Melissa.
Melissa, you're welcome. Go on, like say only just Melissa. Not Melissa, but
yeah, it's both.
She did it. We realize that she had the machine behind the brand. Put some respect on her name.
Thank you guys so much for joining us, and have a good night.
All right, take care.
All right, Phoebes, and that was